The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
And welcome to Spartan Sports Central. I'm Justin Legre. San Jose State 3-5 following another tough home loss against Colorado State 38-31. We'll recap that game with San Jose State head coach Ron Carragher. We'll also look ahead to the rivalry game against the Fresno State Bulldogs this Saturday, November 8th. Plus, we'll talk with San Jose State women's basketball coach Jamie Craighead previewing their season. But first, let's go back to the highlights against Colorado State.
San Jose State taking on Colorado State, and right to the highlights. The Rams, their first play of the game, Garrett Grayson play fake and airs it out to his favorite target, Rashard Higgins, for 44 yards on the first play of the game. Spartans defense, though, would hold partially because of this big-time hit from Cleveland Wallace that would force the Rams to punt on their first possession. Spartans go 3 and out, and Michael Carrizosa punts from near his own goal line, but the rugby-style kick bounces and touches a Rams special teams player, Brandon Henry, and Maurice McKnight with the heads-up play recovers for the Spartans. They get it all the way down to the 10-yard line when Joe Gray hits Jabari Carr for his first score since November 21st, 2012 against Louisiana Tech at home. The 9-yard score made it 7-0 San Jose State. Spartans defense puts together some pressure on Garrett Grayson early in the game. This hit from Vince Buhager hobbled Grayson for a while, and he really wasn't as mobile for the rest of the game. On the Spartans' next possession, Joe Gray was sacked and stripped of the ball by Corey James, giving the Rams excellent field position at the Spartan 38-yard line. 7 plays later, they would cash in to tie the game on a D. Hart 6-yard touchdown run. We will see more from him later. Right at the beginning of the second quarter, Rams kicker Jared Roberts lines up for a 28-yard field goal try, but it's a fake. Well, not really. He kind of shows what he's going to do, but then he fumbles the ball on the snap, and Colorado State does not get the first down. Thank you very much. Odd play there from the Rams. 1 play later, Tyler Irvin says, "I got this," hits a gap and flies right through it and takes it 89 yards to the house. Ties him for the 4th longest touchdown run in San Jose State history and gave the Spartans the lead back at 14-7. But Colorado State scores on their next 2 possessions, one a field goal and then this lob and TD reception to Higgins, his 13th of the year, and only the 2nd passing touchdown San Jose State has allowed all season. Spartans would tie it with an Austin Lopez field goal to start the second half, but a power toss to D. Hart gave Colorado State the lead right back, 24-17. San Jose State kept battling, though, and again tied it at 24 on this 20-yard touchdown pass to Tyler Winston with a nice move to get the score. Then things started to get a little crazy. Garrett Grayson to Joe Hansley for 38 yards and a first down in the red zone. That was followed by the 3rd touchdown of the game for D. Hart, rushing in from 7 yards out and making it 31-24. Joe Gray went back to work, finding Jabari Carr behind coverage for a big gain of 39 yards, and the Spartans were back in the red zone. But for a second week in a row, Joe Gray throws a pick in the red zone. This one a costly and late mistake from the first-year starting quarterback, almost lateral to the ground as he lets it go. More from Hart followed, his 4th touchdown of the game and his 10th of the year, giving Colorado State a 38-24 lead. Spartans had a chance still, but Gray throws another pick over the middle on a tip, but a never-give-up attitude and play made by Hansel Wilson, the wide receiver, stripped the ball back and regained the possession for the Spartans. Gray finished the long drive there, a 91-yard drive, by running it in himself to make it a 1-score game. But the Spartans only had 2 minutes and 17 seconds left. After a successful onside kick recovery was called back due to a penalty, a second try, and it was recovered by the Spartans after a well-timed hit from Hector Roach. With 1:53 to play, Joe Gray down the sideline to Jabari Carr, 41-yard game-tying touchdown, but no, he stepped out of bounds and it would be called back, and CSU would go on to win 38-31 the final score. San Jose State now 2-2 in Mountain West Conference play. D. Hart, what a game he had. 4 touchdowns, a career record for him, as Colorado State, now 8-1 on the year, gets the victory.
Time now for this week's Lexus Drive of the Game, and we'll go back out to the field at Spartan Stadium in the fourth quarter, where the Spartans needed a big drive in a desperate time for a touchdown in the fourth.
This week's drive of the game starts in the fourth quarter when the Spartans were down by 2 scores. Tyler Irvin takes it out late from the end zone and brings it all the way up to the 17-yard line. Next play, Joe Gray throws a pick over the middle on a tip, and a great play by Hansel Wilson got the ball back on the strip, regaining possession and really saved the game for the time being. Spartans move into a 4th and 10 situation, and their backs were against the wall. Gray, though, connects to Andrew Vollert over the middle for a 21-yard catch and run, setting up first down at midfield. Then again, back to Winston for one more time and another first down, 13-yard screen pass to him. Spartans then take a shot to the red zone with Jabari Carr, but it is incomplete following his diving effort at the football. Back to Andrew Vollert, though, for the 3rd time in the drive. One more that got him very close to the goal line, 19 yards all the way down to the 3. And then on 3rd and goal, Joe Gray finishes it by taking it in himself for the touchdown score. Overall, the drive lasted 15 plays, with the Spartans marching 91 yards in 2 minutes and 25 seconds. And that is this week's Lexus Drive of the Game.
We'll take our first break here on Spartan Sports Central. When we return, a player profile with wide receiver Tim Crawley. More to come on Spartan Sports Central.
Introducing the first ever 306 horsepower Lexus RC. Once driven, there's no going back.
With millions of businesses all in one place, the YP app can help you do pretty much anything. But can it get you to the moon? You'll need a space helmet. YP can do that. You'll need the highest rated hardware stores. Check. YP even has a cheap gas finder, which is perfect for longer trips. The even more powerful, so much more than a search engine Yellow Pages. YP can do that.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup honors the nation's best overall collegiate athletic program in each division, men's and women's sports. The prestigious award continues its reign as the crowning achievement in college athletics. To follow your favorite team, like us on Facebook. Find us in USA Today, online, and on Twitter at LS Directors Cup. Over 2 decades of excellence, the Learfield Sports Directors Cup.
Welcome back on Spartan Sports Central. Angela Santoro is out on the field with San Jose State wide receiver, the sophomore Tim Crawley, for this week's Player Profile.
Angela Santoro here for the Spartan Player Profile of the week, and this week we have Timmy Crawley. I called you Timmy. Is that okay to call you Timmy, or you go by Tim?
That's fine, yeah. That's
okay.
fine.
So you've played a lot of different positions this season so far. Talk about your different roles.
I play running back, a little bit of running back, a little bit of receiver. I kick return. I'm on a couple of other special teams, and yeah, I play a lot of different positions, a lot of different roles.
That's a lot of stuff to keep track of. How do you manage to kind of change gears every time you have to do something different?
I guess just preparation, getting into the playbooks and focusing my mind on each role, like as I look over the plays and all the assignments and stuff. And you know, when you get on the field and at practice and game time, it kind of comes natural. So.
Okay, so you went to high school in San Jose, but you were actually born in Georgia. So talk about growing up in Georgia and what you guys did to make the move out to California.
Yeah, I was born in Macon, Georgia. Lived there till I was 5. Then moved to San Diego and then up to the Bay Area. Georgia, it's nice. It's a lot different from California. You know, way more humid and a little bit more hot and a lot of rain and everything. But I love it. You know, my dad lives there. I go back sometimes and visit him and all my family. So it's definitely nice whenever I can go back there.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you'd like to say to the fans for showing their support week in, week out?
Just thank you for, you know, all of your support, coming to all of our home games. You know, it definitely raises our game to the next level to see all the fans in the stands cheering for us week in and week out. And you know, even the support when we have away games. You know, I get texts and stuff, and there's guys around the campus, you know, like saying good game after an away game. So definitely the support is definitely a great feeling to have. And you know, definitely please keep supporting. We love it. We love coming to the games and getting prepared, and it definitely raises our game to the next level, seeing everyone.
Awesome. Okay, well, keep up the support, fans. You have the Spartan Player Profile of the Week, Tim Crawley. Thank you so much for your time.
We'll take another break here on Spartan Sports Central. When we return, San Jose State women's basketball coach Jamie Craighead will be in studio to preview the season. More to come on Spartan Sports Central.
I'm starving. Where's the food?
Who's hungry?
Una Mas! No way.
Every party can use Una Mas. Fresh from the market ingredients is the essence of great tasting Mexican food. We grill our chicken and steak to perfection, and our fusion of traditional Mexican dishes means delicious, healthy choices for you. Una Mas. We taste better.
We should invite her again.
With millions of businesses all in one place, the YP app can help you do pretty much anything. But can it get you to the moon? You'll need a space helmet. YP can do that. You'll need the highest rated hardware stores. Check. YP even has a cheap gas finder, which is perfect for longer trips. The even more powerful, so much more than a search engine Yellow Pages. YP can do that.
Introducing the first ever 306 horsepower Lexus RC. Once driven, there's no going back.
Welcome back on Spartan Sports Central, now joined by San Jose State women's basketball coach Jamie Craighead. And Coach, thanks so much for coming on. And I know you're going to be on here in a couple of months or maybe in a month when the season really gets going, but I'd like to have you on just to kind of preview the season. And Coach, when you go into this regular season, I know you have your first exhibition game, the only exhibition game. What was the focus now of the team in the off season to get ready for the regular season?
You know, I think with a full off season this year, it was really about our conditioning level. Everything on the court becomes easier when we're in good shape. And then learning some things defensively, you know, the full court press that we run. We run multiple presses, and the rotations aren't as simple as they look. So it's just them understanding how to put everything together on both ends of the court.
Well, it had to be nicer for you, too, because you're not coming in trial by fire. You have, what, 2 weeks last year where you had going to games. Now you have a full off season with the team.
Justin, I'm telling you, I didn't know their names at the time. So it's nice that I know their names now. I'm familiar with their games.
Right.
I know what I have. I know my weapons. I know where to put them so that they can be successful. So it's a lot different. I'm a Spartan now. It felt like Spartan by fire. It's a little bit better. Maybe being able to drink out of the water hose was last year. Now I can just drink out of the Gatorade cooler.
Well, Coach, a couple of changes in the coaching staff in the offseason as well. Talk about the 2 coaches you brought in and what they're going to bring to the table.
Coach Fisher came over from Stanford as an intern. She played at UC Santa Barbara when they went to the Sweet 16. Tremendous talent, played professionally overseas. This is really her first coaching opportunity at this level, but she's local, she's from this area, Northern California, Oakland area, and she's great with our players. She'll focus on point guard development, recruiting, and then some of the logistics of day-to-day. And then Coach Muscatel, I've worked with. I played for him. He was an assistant on staff at Oregon. I was his associate head coach at Sac State, so it's just a familiar face. He's working primarily on our defense, especially half-court defense and what we're going to do to scheme and keep people guessing all the time. Well, and to go along with some of the new faces, talk about some of the new players. I know Nairee Harris is going to be in there maybe a little bit later on after the semester concludes, and then my Ladd, a couple of the new players. Talk about some of the newer players that Spartan fans are going to see this year. Yeah, My Shanique Ladd, my as you refer. I didn't want to go there with the first name. It's My Shanique, but she's great. She's a tremendous talent. We're looking for her to kind of take over Terea's position as she graduates. But she's already come in and will be able to play, I think, a great amount of minutes for us. Great defender, really smart when it comes to her skill level and doesn't try to do too much. She does all the little things well. But her scoring ability, I think, will just take off. She was really a defender at the high school level. So I'm really excited about her. Allie Betancourt, shooter we got from Oak Ridge High School. She fits what we need from that 2-guard position. And then we added a slew of red shirts, it seems. Nairee Harris transferred at the break, so technically one of my recruits, as they would call it. They're all my players. But we'll get her probably for the USF Sac State game. Okay. She's a combo guard that can play all 3 positions. And then we added Anaya Baker and Emily Van from UC Davis. They sat out last year, point guard and inside post player for us, who both have tremendous ability. Must be nice to have a little depth now this year too, huh? Yeah, they finally figured out what it was like when we scrimmaged the other day, and they had 11 people, and they could sub in every 2.5, 3 minutes, and they weren't fatigued. Terea was like, I've never played not tired, so it was good for her. Well, and then you talk about Terea and some of the faces that Spartans fans are going to be familiar with. Terea being one of them, obviously one of the leading scorers, the leading scorer on the team. And then Becca, talk about those two coming back and maybe how they've improved over the offseason. I think Terea really was playing by the end of the season sort of injured. She's got this Achilles issue that really seems to be much better now that she has subs. So that's great. She's, 270 points away from breaking the all-time record, men's or women's. So I'm sure she'll find a way to get that done. But her leadership and what she has done here at San Jose State and her experience will really help those younger players. Becca, she's just consistent. She's been a great shooter for us this last season, and she'll continue to do that. But she's starting to really pick it up on the defensive end as well. Well, how about Jasmine Smith, too? I remember last year just watching her, it seemed like she had raw talent a lot of times. Did you see kind of refined over the course of the offseason? Yeah, it is. It's getting there. She's still only a sophomore. She gives us so much energy that you kind of don't want to take away all of that sort of rambunctious spirit that she has, but trying to get her to understand where she can score on our offense and what she can do is really a big thing for this offseason. And then our post play with Emily, Rihanna Bird, and Jazz is going to be tremendous. Well, Coach, you have one exhibition game, the only exhibition game this weekend. Aside from the win, what is it you want to see out of this team? Because I know everybody wants to win, but an exhibition game is a little different. You want to see where the team is developed and going into the regular season. Yeah, I don't know much about UC Santa Cruz. To be honest, I'm more familiar with our team, and it's really about us right now. I'm sure they're getting prepared as well, but I really want to see the tempo to be what we want it to be. It needs to be a fast-paced game. We need to dictate what's happening on the court, and I think if I see that, I know we're headed in the right direction. All right, that's San Jose State women's basketball coach Jamie Craighead. Thanks for joining us.
us here.
Thanks, Justin.
More on Spartan Sports Central when we come back.
I'm starving. Where's the food?
Who's hungry?
Una mas! No way.
Every party can use Una Mas. Fresh from the market ingredients is the essence of great tasting Mexican food. We grill our chicken and steak to perfection, and our fusion of traditional Mexican dishes means delicious, healthy choices for you. Una Mas. We taste better.
We should invite her again.
Introducing the first ever 306 horsepower Lexus RC. Once driven, there's no going back.
With millions of businesses all in one place, the YP app can help you do pretty much anything. But can it get you to the moon? You'll need a space helmet. YP can do that. You'll need the highest rated hardware stores. Check. YP even has a cheap gas finder, which is perfect for longer trips. The even more powerful, so much more than a search engine Yellow Pages. YP can do that.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup honors the nation's best overall collegiate athletic program in each division, men's and women's sports. The prestigious award continues its reign as the crowning achievement in college athletics. To follow your favorite team, like us on Facebook. Find us in USA Today, online, and on Twitter at LS Directors Cup. Over 2 decades of excellence, the Learfield Sports Directors Cup.
Welcome back on Spartan Sports Central, now joined by San Jose State head coach Ron Carriger. And Coach, another tough game for this Spartans team, but I think overall some positives to talk about in that game. And defensively, even with a depleted team defensively, thought they still played pretty well.
They did. I think William Osai stepped up admirably for Christian Tago. I thought he played a good game. Faloivai filled in. Tony Popovich did play some, but very limited role. So it gave an opportunity for other guys to step up, and I thought they played hard. I think that's the biggest thing, the never quit, never give up. Right. And even though we dug a hole, which is an area we got to address, so we don't do that in the future. But regardless, we didn't throw in the towel. The guys kept fighting and competing, and it was really close, a couple inches away from a great potential comeback tying score, that throw to Jabari. So there were some very encouraging things the other night, but we want to come out on top, right. And that's what we're striving for.
Well, and a lot of tough plays too, where the team showed great poise and great heart. Like you talk about the Hansel Wilson play where he came back, stripped the ball after an interception, heck, 2 onside field recoveries or onside kick recoveries. So even though you don't like to go back to back, but you're able to get them. Talk about the heart of the team, just not.
Yeah, I love it. Just competing, and I've never been around that. You kick an onside and you don't, and you get it, and then the penalty flag, offsides is the call, and your heart sinks, and then you do it again and you get it again. It's like you've got a second chance here, and I felt like it was going to be our night. When that happened, I just felt good about it, and I felt like we're in this thing, and I thought 4-5 plays later we scored a touchdown, and it got negated, and it's 4th down, and I think that was a little much there. We didn't overcome that last hurdle of the non-score from that high to the low. But all in all, the guys competed and played hard, and that's what you ask for at the end of the day.
Another learning experience too for Joe Gray with that a bad decision from his part. And I know you were talking to him on the sideline. What did you say to him after that that interception?
Yeah, talking is a mild word. No, it's tough love.
Certainly, maybe.
Yeah. No, I love Joe. What he's coming around, his improvement each and every week of what he's doing, and I just pulled him back. I said that is not. We're not in a last play of the game desperate situation where you do just throw it up. Live to fight another battle. if we don't complete, now we got a 4th down and we can choose. Should we go for the touchdown to tie it, or do we kick a field goal knowing our next touchdown will give us the winning, the go-ahead score? So I just reiterated that in words just like that, very, very kind. No, I'm a believer. There's sometimes we get excited as coaches. We're very passionate. We're competitive, and we get into the competition side of things. But Joe's great. He responds. He responds to coaching as well as any player I've been around, and so I'm confident that we'll grow from it. He'll learn from it. He's a young quarterback in his 4th or 5th start of the year, and moving forward he'll be better because of it.
Well, Coach, also Tyler Irvin, 300+ all-purpose yards, and that was the first Spartan player to do it since 2002. And we talked about him a lot this year already, but just another step in the progress of his career.
Yeah, very impressive athlete. You could put Tyler Irvin at a lot of positions on our field. Starting receiver, running back, cornerback, safety, kick returner, punt returner, all those. And he's special. And the best thing, I think, above his physical ability is his mental toughness and his approach, work ethic. Tyler just keeps going at it, and he speaks with his actions, and he's a leader on our football team, and we really appreciate it. It's a pleasure to coach a young man like that.
Well, now, Coach, you prepare this week for a rivalry game against Fresno State, and a game that was just wild last year, and obviously that's last year, but rivalry game, and kind of odd that it's earlier in the year, not the end of the year.
Yeah, definitely. I think with the merger or the joining the conference, they had to do some work around the pre-existing non-conference games and so forth. But we're excited. I know the history, having grown up in the Bay Area and San Jose community, and know the great battles San Jose Fresno has played in over the years. And just to be a part of it, it's fun, and it's always exciting. You throw the records out, and 2 teams competing, wanting to win that rival game.
Well, they've had some struggles this year. Now they're working with a redshirt freshman quarterback that they just pulled in against Wyoming, and they've been working with different guys all throughout the year. What have you seen from the quarterback?
Yeah, so the one who started last week against Wyoming, I know he was highly recruited and a very good high school player, and had to sit last year and learn from one of the best in the country, and Derek Carr. And this year they decided to make the opportunity in recent weeks and go with him. But he's a very good player, strong arm. He's a pretty good athlete, so he can run the ball. And I think they're working, trying to fine-tune that chemistry with the wide receivers, work on some areas of the game, and trying to resolve and get that ship righted in the correct direction. It's because it's been challenging. And part of it, Justin, too, it's tough. You open up against USC, Utah, Nebraska. You know, those are 3 good teams, and sometimes it puts you in a spin, and it's tough to recover down the road. So they've had their challenges, and they're trying to work on it, and we know our hands will be full.
Well, their defense, too, has also been struggling this year as well. And, you know, we talk about some of the guys that they lose, but San Jose State just lost as many in terms of the quarterback and the offensive, but their defense has really struggled this year.
Sure, and part of that, too, I think, is just playing those explosive offenses, Utah and Nebraska and USC that are pretty good. But it's kind of been interesting. It's been hot cold. They played San Diego State, that was in first place very well, and defeated them. And then it was a close game last week, the Wyoming game, and then the 4th quarter, Wyoming, it just pulled out ahead. And so we know Fresno's capable. They have good players. We've recruited those guys. We're familiar with them. They got to get this in sync and get on the same page.
All right, that's San Jose State head coach Ron Carragher. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Thank you, Justin.
More on Spartan Sports Central when we return.
With millions of businesses all in one place, the YP app can help you do pretty much anything. But can it get you to the moon? You'll need a space helmet. YP can do that. You'll need the highest rated hardware stores. Check. YP even has a cheap gas finder, which is perfect for longer trips. The even more powerful, so much more than a search engine Yellow Pages. YP can do that.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup honors the nation's best overall collegiate athletic program in each division, men's and women's sports. The prestigious award continues its reign as the crowning achievement in college athletics. To follow your favorite team, like us on Facebook. Find us in USA Today, online, and on Twitter at LS Directors Cup. Over 2 decades of excellence, the Learfield Sports Directors Cup.
I'm starving. Where's the food? Mas! No way.
Every party can use Una Mas. Fresh from the market ingredients is the essence of great tasting Mexican food. We grill our chicken and steak to perfection, and our fusion of traditional Mexican dishes means delicious, healthy choices for you. Una Mas, we taste better.
We should invite her again.
Introducing the first ever 306 horsepower Lexus RC. Once driven, there's no going back.
Welcome back on Spartan Sports Central. That does it for this week's episode. Once again, San Jose State hits the road to play Fresno State, the Bulldogs. The rivalry game this Saturday, November 8th. Kickoff at 7:30, pregame on 1590 AM KLIV, and the Spartan Radio Network will begin at 7 o'clock. Thanks for watching this week. We'll see you next time.